All right, so let's continue with this example. We had implemented um, a controller here that can list all the websites that are in the database, as well as being able to remove websites that are in the database. So let's add now the capability of being able to create a new website. Okay? So to do that, let's go back to our view, and in our view, we can create a tiny little form for us to be able to type in the name of a new website. Okay, so let's create a form where we can perhaps type the name of the website name, and we're going to submit this form to the controller. So the controller is going to handle the action of submission of this form, right? And we're going to use the method post. So it's going to, instead of using get, it's going to handle by sending a post, right? And we'll put a button here that we can submit, type equal submit, and we'll call this create website, and we'll do a break right here. Right, so if we refresh that, we have a form there. There it is. Maybe we'll put some a hint of what it is that we want there. Website name. Refresh. Maybe. No. No. Placeholder. Did I spell that right? Placeholder. Why are you not? Oh, okay. Took a while. All right. So when we type in information here, since it's going to send as a post, the controller is going to handle this in the do post down here. See that? The do post is going to handle that. And the do post is then delegating it to do get, meaning that here, after whatever you handle here, we're sending over to the control over the do get down here, up here. Okay, we don't have to, but it's the default behavior. We can override that and not do that. But we do want to do that because do get is handling the listing of all the websites, right, and also is handling the sending over to the view, right? So let's keep that in there. In the post, let's do at least just print out a system .out.println. Make sure that we are getting in here, and we'll say that this is the do post, right? And hopefully that will render here in our console here, right? When we do the submit. So let's do that. If we do a we handle that. If we submit the form, notice that indeed we are going in there, right? It is getting in there. So what is being sent over from the form, the way that the J2EE encodes the data and the schema that is sent over is that it uses the names of the input fields as the attribute names or the property names that are going to be sent over, and whatever you typed in the input field will be the value of that property. Right? So on the servlet side, we can retrieve that, right, from the request. We can ask the request, hey request, get the parameter, right, call name, and that will be the parameter the data that is coming from the form, right? So we can retrieve that information from there and store it in a local variable that we can use to then create a new website. We can say create a new website, right? A new website, and that website, I don't remember what the arguments are. It's right here. Let's see. The constructor takes as argument the ID, the name, the description. Okay, so we only have the name, right? And the ID wouldn't really care because it's a brand new website. the database is going to set that, and we don't have a description. We could have that, right? We could add here maybe a text area for someone to type in the description, text area, and give it the name description, description, okay, and do a break here. Then in the constructor here, when we construct it in the controller, we can retrieve not only the name, but we can also retrieve now the description here, description. And we can pass in a bogus ID because we don't really care. We pass in the name, we pass in the description. Okay, now that we have the description, we can use the DAO. We can get a hold of the DAO, right, with website DAO, DAO dot get instance. Notice that this website DAO is exactly the same instance as the DAO that I'm using in the do get, right? It's the same instance everywhere, right? It's not being reinstantiated. Typically, these objects are very expensive to instantiate, since typically they might cache all sorts of things in there that we don't want to throw away every single time. So the DAO can then use the create website and pass as argument the website object, and then it'll call the do get. Actually, that should be the last thing that it does. It calls the do get, right? It checks to see, was it a delete? No, it's not. It's not a delete. I don't have an ID. I just it just sends it over to the view again. So let's do that. Let's refresh this, and let's refresh this over here. Oh, wait, no, let's okay, brand new. Oh, yeah, this is a text area. So this is website 1 with a description 1. Let's just do something simple. To create, and notice that it makes it in there, right? I can then delete it and whatnot. Yes. So let's create just a couple more. Okay, and I can also remove them. I can create and I can remove. So there it is. So we have at least 3 of the 5 or 6 CRUD operations, right? We have find all, we have create, we have delete. We don't have find by ID, right? We don't have update, right? So let's do find by ID next, right? For instance, I like to be able to retrieve one of them, right? Because I want to maybe update it. But if I need to update it, I first have to retrieve all the information that is already in the database, so I can show it to you, so that you can now update it, right? So let's go and fetch one of these, right? So let's do that next.